never had to do this. I have no idea why it's saying that, but okay. All right, let's go over this and see how you did. It is defined anatomy as that is the study of form, structure, and location. But if you said study of structure or form, that's great, right? And physiology is the study of how things work or function. So study of cells is called cytology. An organ system that provides hormones to the body is called the what system? The endocrine system. This is the chapter we're working on, right? The endocrine system. Organs are composed of 2 or more tissues. Very good. You had to explain homeostasis, and we got a little review right before class. So you made sure you talked about the nervous system detecting and setting set points, detecting high low. You said that the nervous system sends signals, those cells, so that's tissue system, sends signals to the endocrine system, which is going to then produce hormones that keep you in balance, right? You talked about balance and keeping you within set point ranges, and you might have said a lot of different things, I don't know, but hopefully it was something like that. What is the specific function of insulin? Specific function is to do what?
To
lower what?
Glucose.
Lower blood glucose levels. You all learned how it did. You said that insulin lowers blood glucose levels by escorting glucose into cells and also taking glucose molecules and making them into what? Very good. So you remembered that. There's a lot more that you learned than that's on this quiz. So you studied your notes, right? What is the storage unit? Oh, that's the answer to the question. What's the storage unit of glucose? Glycogen. List 4 major tissue categories.
I don't know
how to pronounce it.
That one, connective muscle nerve.
Right. Right. Okay. And what are hormones? Did you write that? Sorry. They do rule and rock the world, but they are signaling molecules, which means that they're molecules that are going to turn on or turn off certain reactions throughout the body. Everybody good with that?
I got something like this.
All right. Look, I want to let my new people know that honestly, it might take 2 or 3 of these quizzes for you to kind of get on board with what you need to do to get this. Some of you got it, you know, but some of you might have to figure out different ways that you need to study. Studying out loud really has been proven to work. Studying out loud. Retaking notes for some people has been proven to work because they're phonetic learners. You know, but whatever, re-listening to lectures, bless their hearts, the people who need to do that. I feel sorry for them. That's not my case on the recorder. But some people are audio learners. So if they hear it once or twice, they own it. But if you're not an audio learner because your mind jumps around, you know, then you're going to have to figure out another way, right? And lecture recordings might not work for you. So this is just a copy for you to keep. If you're thinking about the class, I have an extra copy. So, okay, here we go. We get to continue. And actually, we kind of just started because we had really just started. And I had said there is an area, if we looked at a mid-sagittal section, which is taking the brain and separating identical right and left halves from each other. So that's what we're looking at here. This would be the frontal lobe of the brain. If we were to look at a mid-sagittal section of the brain, so the spinal cord, the brain stem here and the spinal cord, we know that this whole pituitary gland has a little stalk of tissue that's connecting it to the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus, what did I call that? This is where we left off. I called it your what? I really called it the seat of your universe because I said the seat of this universe is that the seat of this universe, and these are all great pictures. Should you look at a lot of these pictures, is that we know this hypothalamus is actually sending hormone signaling molecules to the pituitary to tell the pituitary what to do when and when to stop doing it. So we really know the hypothalamus is truly controlling that pituitary. And what I'd like to do, and I wish I had a picture I could find that I like. This is not bad. Okay. So what I'd like to do, I told you all I use these PowerPoints. I don't read them to you because God helped you and me both if I had to do that, if y'all had to sit through that. But I use them to make sure I don't forget to do anything. I want you to recall back on that cadaver. that midsagittal section. That little pea-shaped size gland, the pituitary, that's encased in that sphenoid bone like a pearl drop. This is what it would look like on an illustration. Does it remind you of anything? Have you ever noticed in nature structures repeat themselves? Lightning, roots of trees, right? So it's so cool in nature how things repeat themselves. That has to do with fractals and molecules, whatever. But anyway, but think about this as that tiny little pea-sized shaped gland. And on that little gland, we know that it's connected to this hypothalamus, right? So this is an illustration of this. Did I promise you that the pituitary, you'd have to know 8 hormones from the pituitary? I sort of mentioned that the other day. And what we know is that each one of these hormones we're about to talk about, they only get released when the hypothalamus has sent a hormone to tell them to get released. But I am not going to have you know those hormones. You're not going to have to know those names or list them from the hypothalamus to this, but will you ever forget that that's what's happening? No, don't forget that that's what's happening, because that is what's happening. So, for example, the first hormone I will talk to you about from the pituitary is a hormone called prolactin. I want to write that down, prolactin. PRL is how it's abbreviated right there, prolactin. Again, where is it released from? Where is it released from? No, it's released from the pituitary. Why is it being released from the pituitary? Because the hypothalamus sent a prolactin releasing hormone. That's what it said. But do you need to know that? You just need to know that it's a hormone being sent, but you don't need to know that one's name. You with me? Right now, we are about to list 8 hormones from the pituitary. And I told you all for every hormone you need to know where it's from. So all these 8 are from the pituitary. I told you for every hormone you learn, you want to know if it's a specific target, what that specific target is, and then how it functions. Is that right? Did I tell you that's what you want to know for every hormone we talk about in this chapter? And if you do, is it going to be cool? Right? Are you going to probably be okay? Then when we learn those, we're going to also learn some diseases. When they're hyposecreting or hypersecreting. What does a hyposecretion mean? Don't have enough. What does a hypersecretion mean? You have too much. Have too much. But what do we really want? Balance. We want it to be just right, don't we? So we've got to learn normal first, but then we will learn some diseases. Okay? All right, so the first one we're going to learn, prolactin. Prolactin is a hormone that is released from the pituitary, and it targets in women mammary glands. That's its target. You need to know that? Sure. And what do you think it does when it targets those mammary tissue cells? As long as the mammary cells have protein receptors that allow it to come in, what do you think the mammary glands will then make? Milk.
Oh, no.
Milk. Okay, well, that doesn't have to be hard, does it? We'll make milk. Now, in the little part of your notes, this is about women. Well, do men have prolactin? Men make prolactin too, but men's prolactin is actually going to have an influence on luteinizing hormone. You might want to make that little note, right? Prolactin in men stimulate luteinizing. What are you saying? Luteinizing, LH. And I haven't told you about LH yet, so just hold on to it, because when I get to LH, we'll talk about it, okay? And then you'll know that men's prolactin is actually enhancing that, okay? All right, now, ready? Keep moving. We've got a second hormone. Second hormone, from where? Talk out loud while you're studying, it'll help you. From the pituitary, is called TSH. TSH stands for thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone. In your notes, just write TSH, but you can always look that up later. It's actually kind of nice when the name of the hormone tells you where it targets. Where do you think this is targeting? The thyroid. The thyroid, which is right here. Thyroid is right here in your throat. Now, what I want you to know for now and we build on this, but what I want you to know for now is that the thyroid is going to produce hormones that are going to raise your metabolism. What does metabolism mean?
The way that you burn energy.
It is. Your metabolism is actually, let me give you a definition for this that I hope is exactly what Talia said.
Italian. Or
Italian.
you tea. It's I'm fine tea.
Am I just old?
No, my residents,
They call
they
you
call me everything.
Okay,
They
look,
look for
so,
me.
so they're geriatric patients, I guarantee it, right?
Well,
Yeah,
I would.
yeah, that's what it is. All right, so anyway, guys, metabolism is actually all the chemistry that's happening inside your cells at any given time. So all the chemical reactions, all the work that's being done. It's really what Tyler said. So that's what metabolism is. And do we have to always be working full strength, or can our cells sometimes slow down a little bit and then other times speed up depending on what you need, right? So to regulate how much work is being done, it takes the thyroid gland secreting its hormones. What tells the thyroid gland that we need to go ahead and up production? What tells it to? TSH. Where's TSH from? The pituitary, and it's going to get turned on the thyroid, and metabolism is going to increase. Nice, right? Now again, it sounds like a broken record. Would TSH from the pituitary be released unless the hypothalamus was telling it to release it? Again, I don't want you don't have to learn those, but you just always know that pituitary is really being controlled by the hypothalamus. Okay. So so far, hey, those two are pretty important, aren't they? The rate that we do work, and ladies, making milk, right? Those are two important functions. We've only done two. The third and fourth one are lumped together because, and this is luteinizing hormone and follicle stimulating hormone. So the first one I'm going to talk about, though, is actually follicle stimulating hormone, FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. And if you notice, they are targeting the gonads, aren't they? So they are targeting the ovaries here and the testes. You see these little pictures? I like these visuals. How many of you like visuals? Because it helps, like you can remember what that looked like. Yeah, me too. I like these, so that's great. Let me tell you what FSH is going to do. FSH here is going to cause an egg to be made in the ovary. So what do you think it's going to cause to be made here?
Baby.
Well, wait a second. I'm on the wrong one. I need to be looking at the picture though. Okay, so this is an egg. I'm not paying attention to the picture. And this is a sperm. Has nothing to do with baby. No, we're not talking about that yet. We're just talking about these cells that are going to get formed. So in the FSH, I didn't look at the picture. The FSH, I was thinking, God, that is the weirdest looking ovary. And then I realized it's just, okay, so the egg and the ovary and then the sperm, in the testes, it's going to cause sperm. So FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. Hey, that's pretty important, isn't it? Again, where are they coming from? They're not coming from the gonads, the testes and ovaries. That hormone comes from where? Pituitary. And that hormone is only released because of a signal it got from the hypothalamus. So yeah, FSH is important, isn't it? Production of egg, production of sperm, right? You don't know it? Yes. Okay. Now, LH, luteinizing hormone. We kind of already got a little hint that men's luteinizing hormone is going to even be bumped up because of their prolactin. But anyway, luteinizing hormone, let me tell you, in men, luteinizing hormone is going to target the testes for testosterone. Testosterone production. Testosterone is a hormone, isn't it? We'll talk about it in a minute, but yeah, later. But we know testosterone to be produced in men, those testes are dependent on luteinizing hormone to get there. Are we good? Now, in women, let's look at this. When the egg is being produced, it's inside of a follicle, and the egg is maturing. But it has to get out of that follicle, or sperm can't get to it. To get for that follicle to rupture and for ovulation to occur, it takes luteinizing hormone. So ovulation. Do y'all all know, if you didn't know what ovulation meant, it meant the rupturing of a follicle for the release of an egg. Okay, so that's what ovulation is, and it takes luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone. Okay, all right, now, are we good so far? All right. You question, Lydia?
Where's the luteinizing hormone come from?
Where is it coming from? Pituitary. All of these are the ones. You just didn't have to know. You don't have to know the names of those. Ready for your next one?
Yeah.
You said for every hormone, and it's going to take you a while. You do have to sort of like get used to saying them, and where they're from, and where they're targeting, where their function is. You know, so it takes a while, but you can start. Now, the next one we're going to talk about is actually ACTH, and it stands for adrenocorticotropic hormone. That's why you call it what? ACTH. Exactly. That's why you call it that. Adrenocorticotropic hormone. Tropic just travels. But anyway, it travels to the adrenal glands. Does anybody know where the adrenal glands are located? Adrenal. Okay, so if we broke this word down, what does renal mean? What?
Ain't it blood?
No, it's
Oh, that.
it's the else. Gluteus. The renal organs are your kidneys. But what does ad mean? What does ad mean? Ad means superior to. Superior to. So these little adrenal glands are sitting on top of your kidneys like little hats, like little caps. They're sitting on top of your kidneys, these adrenal glands. So does the name tell you where they're actually situated? It does. All right, now, I want you to know for now, because we're going to add to it when we start looking at the adrenal glands more closely. But for right now, I want you to know the adrenal glands. When ACTH hits them, this is going to affect electrolyte balance. What are electrolytes? Electrolytes are what people call salts. And what you all know, salts can affect moving throughout your system and sometimes retaining.
Like blood pressure? Fluid?
Why blood pressure? Because blood is mostly what? Where's water. So your electrolyte balance influences your water balance, which does influence your what? Things like blood pressure, it influences a lot of things. So should your electrolytes be balanced? Yes, it's going to affect a whole bunch of stuff. It affects the electricity in your body. It affects how your cells function. It affects your water balance. It affects your blood pressure. It affects your heart. It affects everything, doesn't it? So is ACTH, talking like it's supposed to be talking to your adrenal glands, an important thing? And turning your adrenal glands on. And where is ACTH from? Adrenocorticotropic hormone, just like the gonadotrophic hormones. It's from the pituitary traveling to the adrenal glands, targeting them, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. All right, so electrolyte balance. But guys, we're gonna also know that it's not just electrolyte balance. When we get to the dream test, we'll find out exactly how this happens. But what we know ACTH doing to this also can affect glucose homeostasis. What? Yeah, it can actually do that. Y'all said you need glucose for what? Thank you. You need glucose for energy, right? We need glucose for energy for our cells to be able to do work. So when you are under stress, your cells might have to do a little bit more work than they're used to. So you're going to maybe need more glucose. And so this is actually hinting to us that glucose homeostasis isn't just controlled by the what gland. gland that we talked about yesterday, secreting insulin and glucagon.
Pancreas.
Or not yesterday, the pancreas. So it's not just the pancreas. Okay, this is kind of interesting. But then also, guess what? Your immune response. Wow. I bet you never really gave your adrenal glands much thought, did you? So, guess what? One more thing. Some what are called androgens. Does anybody know what an androgen is? This is a lot going on with the adrenal glands. Androgens are sex hormones. Sex hormones.
You said androgen or
Androgens.
androgen?
Androgens. Gens. Listen, so guys, ladies, we love our estrogen, don't we? Ladies, we get it from where? Where do we get estrogen from? Our ovaries. Well, we're not ovaries yet, but we get it from our ovaries. We do. But guess what? We also get some estrogen from our adrenal glands. Ladies, guess what else we get from our adrenal glands? Testosterone. And we're glad of it. You might be thinking, no, because that would make my hair grow on my face, my voice deepen. Testosterone has a lot of things where the best muscle mass. But ladies, sex drives some testosterone. So we need some testosterone going. And our sex drive, our libido, comes from testosterone. So we're glad of our adrenal glands. It actually produces, I think you are. So anyway, men, so Josh, men, they get testosterone mostly from where? The testes. And they get a ton of it. Testes. You would think that would be enough. Right? Okay, but it kind of is tough. But anyway, but they also, men get testosterone from their adrenals. So, you know, the idea that men's libidos, men's sex drive is way higher than women's is natural. That is a natural fact because women are only fertile for a few hour window a month. There's only a few hours during a monthly cycle that women are fertile. Men have to be ready 24/7 for women. So, you know, I'm surprised, sorry, Josh, not to be making fun, but I'm surprised men can keep having, you know, else because they really have that much testosterone. So, you know, I might make you think about who you vote for, and you know, no, I'm just kidding. But anyway, that was really joking my But so anyway, so men get, but guess what else men get from their adrenal glands? They get some estrogen. So men have estrogen from their adrenal glands, and they get testosterone from their adrenal glands, and they get testosterone from their testes. So fair. So your adrenal glands, if you hadn't given them thought before, you should now because they're pretty amazing. And then now we've got how many hormones do you have listed? You have prolactin, TSH, FSH, okay, you guys are just here, LH, and you got ACTH. Now I have one more that actually comes from this front. Everybody listening? We've got one more that comes from this front part of the pituitary. You don't have to know front versus back. And then we have two from back here. But one more, and it actually is not abbreviated GH. It's usually abbreviated HGH. HGH, human growth hormone. Have you heard of it? Yeah. You've heard of human growth hormone, and I want you to know that human growth hormone from this pituitary targets the liver. And from the liver, it's sent out to everywhere after that. It really is going to affect all kinds. This is like everywhere. But guess what human growth hormone helps you to do? It helps development, obviously, grow. Y'all think about it. You started as one cell, and in 9 months, you were trillions of cells. The first year of your life, if you were, I don't know if you were 8 pounds, if you were 9 pounds, or 7, 6, I don't know if you were born as, but in the first year, you usually triple your weight. There's never such growth as in that first year. This is why that is so important, nurturing that occurs in utero and in that first year. I mean, I just can't stress it enough how care has to be given during that time because there's so much development. And then from the first year through adolescence, there's still tremendous development, isn't there? But then you get to be adults and you get to go. But anyway, you get to be adults. But you still need to repair cells and regenerate cells, replace cells, even when you're fully grown. So all throughout your life, you need growth hormone, especially during development, but you need growth hormone all throughout life. Now, you don't need nearly as much once you have matured. And actually, if you have too much of it, it can be a problem. It really can. When these hormones were first discovered, they were like, whoa, this is great stuff, repairing cells, this is my fountain of youth. So you had these people who were rich and not enough brains who thought, okay, I can just take a lot of growth hormone and I can stay young forever. Then they had disease, right? So remember, what did I say? Who was that little girl that needed things just right? Goldilocks, right? We need to stay right in balance, we really do. But it is true that throughout our life, the growth hormones does decline, and that's okay. That's supposed to. That's healthy. But we need a lot of it, obviously. So we think growth, regeneration, repair, all those things. You have 6 hormones so far. I need you to know them exactly the way we talked about them and we discussed them, and make sure that you're going to get that. Now, I'm going to also, since we're on the picture of our little pituitary, I'm going to talk about it. Do we have questions?
I have a question. What is on the liver? What is that beside it that you wrote?
I wrote everywhere.
No,
Yeah,
beside the liver.
I wrote everywhere.
Oh, everywhere.
So it is okay when I write. I'm just writing, just doing something up here to keep talking. Okay, so look, so guys, this is the pituitary. We just had 6 hormones that were just on the little front side. The back side has a couple as well. So here we go. Ready? These are released from the back side. They're actually made in the hypothalamus and stored here, and then released from pituitary. They're released from pituitary, but these 2 are actually made up here. But anyway, if you just say pituitary, that's fine. The first one I want you to know is called ADH.
You said the back.
The backside of the pituitary. The ADH. This hormone stands for anti-diuretic hormone. Anti. What is anti? Against. Right. Diuretic. What does a diuretic do?
Release some of the fluid.
So diuretics, you get rid of fluids, right? So an anti-diuretic would make you do what to fluids? Hold them, retain them. Okay, that makes sense. Use the word language to make it make sense. So where do you think it targets? No, the bladder is just a storage sac.
I just say all over.
It's the kidneys. Targets the kidneys. What is happening in your kidneys? And you do want to kind of get this here. What is happening in your kidneys? Do y'all know what the major function is? It isn't the only function, but what is a major function of your kidneys?
Isn't it to get rid of the
It's an excretory organ. It is. So it's to excrete waste. Your kidneys are filtering your blood. Your kidneys filter blood. I want you to write down. After you write that, I want you to listen to me for a second. I'm looking. Everybody's urinated today? You don't have to share. But okay, with me, but I'm pretty sure everybody has urinated at least once today, right? I want you to think about your urine. I'm not sure you looked at it, but I want you to think about your urine. What is urine? What is that? It's mostly water, but let me tell you what it was. It's filtered blood plasma. Your urine is filtered blood plasma. That's what it is. So guess what blood plasma mostly is? Water. Blood, if you looked at blood, which is a liquid tissue, if you looked at blood, which is a liquid tissue, right? You have it in a vial and you're looking at it, it's a liquid tissue. If you spin it down, the cells are packed in the bottom. More than half of your blood is plasma, it's liquid. And that liquid plasma is mostly water. So your kidneys are filtering that blood plasma, and anything that goes through the filter and gets through that filter far enough is called urine. And we hope that you get rid of the waste while you're filtering it, right? That's the idea of kidneys. So I want you to think about this. If ADH targets the kidneys that are filtering blood plasma, it means that you're pulling back in water. So are you making as much urine? If you're secreting ADH, are you making as much urine as you would if you weren't secreting it? No, so you're not making, your urine output goes down. Urine output goes down. But that's not the function, because nobody cares really, what we do, because it's related. But what we care about is that ADH is being made. It means blood volume is keep being kept up. So blood volume stays up. And if the volume of blood inside your vessels is staying up, what's staying up with it? The pressure inside your blood vessels. So ADH's function is to raise, this is its function, write it down, raise blood pressure. It's to put a little arrow up, raise blood pressure. How it does it is by lowering urine output and keeping water in the system. Are you with me on this?
Usually I don't want blood output, no urine output.
And tell you, when we're first learning this, we're trying to write everything down, but make that make sense. If you are conserving water, it means that water you're conserving was from your blood, it's staying in your blood volume is staying up, and your blood pressure is staying up. Y'all are going to learn about several hormones that raise blood pressure, and you've got to get rid of the prejudices that you have in your head. Because most of us in our heads, we're thinking, raising blood pressure is bad. Because you think about high blood pressure as being what?
Bad.
But let me tell you about low blood pressure. It'll kill you too. Because if your blood pressure gets too low, your heart's working too hard, and it will get a signal to do what?
Shut down.
Because your heart is pumping blood in relationship to what your blood pressure is. If your blood pressure is really low, the heart has to work harder. If your blood pressure is really high, the heart's overworking too. But it has to be just what?
That's right.
That's right. So we're going to learn about 3 or 4 hormones that raise blood pressure, but that's a good thing. That keeps you from going into what is called medical shock. I want y'all to write down the term medical shock. What is medical shock? What is the basic definition for shock? What's the definition for shock? Well, when we're talking about shock can come from a lot of different things. Medical shock can happen from a lot of different things, but I need y'all to know what the definition of this. It's dangerously low blood pressure. That's what medical shock is. If you didn't know it, you know it now. It's dangerously low blood pressure. And I just told you when your blood pressure gets low, is your heart going to have to try to keep pushing that blood around through your tissues? And is your heart going to be overworked? And typically what happens with dangerously low blood pressure is the heart's going to be doing what? Racing. And it's going to be trying to beat harder. And if that goes on too long unchecked, the heart will get a signal to just stop, cardiac arrest. So that's what medical shock is. Now what can cause that? If you told me that blood volume is directly related to blood pressure, so anything that could decrease your blood volume, decreasing your blood pressure, what are some things that can decrease your blood pressure? Your blood volume, I mean, if you're what? If you're hurt somehow and you're bleeding, right? If you're bleeding out, are you losing blood volume?
Yeah.
And so what's happening to blood pressure?
It's lowering.
And could you be at risk for shock?
Yes.
Yes. So that's absolutely true. But we also know that even emotional things can lead to an interruption of the body's homeostasis, and it can drop blood pressure. So there's a ton of different things. You can stand with your knees a lot too long, and too much of your blood ends up pooling with gravity, and so you're not getting enough to the really important nervous system. And what can you do? Yes, you can. You can be dehydrated. Do you know what's really crazy? They think, because we live in a country that's very water rich, most people have to really fight every day to get water. that's potable. But we live with it at our fingertips and taps, right? We don't have to walk by the municipal water. But it's thought that 1 in 4 Americans are actually dehydrated at any given time because, and a lot of times we miss those signals, so we think we're hungry. We think we're hungry, so we eat. Because do we get some water from food too? We get that from food too. But anyway, dehydration can kill you. Do you know what the #1 cause of death in kids under 5 is? Dehydration. And if that's not the saddest thing you heard today, then I feel sorry for you because that's a very sad thing. Dehydration can cause hypovolemic shock. Bleeding. Do you always know you're bleeding? Like, do you have to have a car accident and be like, have a gash to see blood to know that you're to actually be bleeding out? No, you can be hemorrhaging on the internally. If you're losing it from your blood vessels, it's dropping your blood pressure. So there are a lot of things that can cause shock, right? But shock is dangerously low blood pressure that could lead to cardiac arrest.
But if it's internal, you won't even know.
You might not even know. I've had people come through the ER and they sent me stuff before and they go, oh God, this person's like ready to crack. But they didn't even know they were bleeding out because they had like a GI bleed. And it's cool, it can be cooling in the system. It doesn't take too long for that blood pressure to be dropping, you know. So absolutely, this looks like a crazy mess right here. ADH, antidiuretic hormone from the pituitary, isn't it? Where does it target? The kidneys. What does it do? Raise blood pressure. That's exactly. Y'all know how it does. By causing the kidneys to keep water in the system. And with that, urine output's going to decrease. I'll give you how significant this is, and you don't have to write this down now, but just to give you the importance of just this one hormone. All of them are important. But this one, a person who, and this is what typically happens, people who have disorders with ADH, typically the signs and symptoms come on pretty quickly. And when this happens and they stop producing ADH, a normal adult puts out about 1.5 liters to 2 liters of urine a day. A normal adult will urinate that much, 1 liter to whatever. But if you stop making ADH, you're going to start urinating 10 liters a day. Is ADH important? Yes. Can somebody survive losing 10 liters of fluid a day? No, your time is limited, it's shortly limited, and you better get some treatment. The good news is ADH can be replaced with a nasal spray. So people who have this disease, it's called diabetes insipidus, not to be confused with diabetes mellitus, it's called diabetes insipidus. But they can get a nasal spray that replaces their ADH and they can live normal lives. But is ADH important to you today? Yeah. Yes, it is. Okay. All right. Now, one more hormone from the pituitary. And we will have 8 from the pituitary, right? 8 hormones that we're talking about. This hormone is called, it's abbreviated OT. That stands for oxytocin. I know y'all can look at your PowerPoints later and we'll see them later. You get the spelling oxytocin. What do you know about oxytocin? Does anybody know anything about oxytocin?
I feel like I know that. I've heard this word, but I just can't call it.
Okay.
To give birth.
Yeah. Oxytocin. So y'all know the synthetic, yes. They use the man-made version of oxytocin that we call Pitocin. We call Pitocin. That's the man-made version of oxytocin, the synthetic version. So, and it can initiate labor contractions, can it? So oxytocin, let me tell you about oxytocin in women. Oxytocin in women, 2 major things in women. It's where is it released from again? It's pituitary. It targets the uterus to contract. The uterus is a muscular sac, and it targets the muscle, the middle muscle layer of the uterus to contract. And you know, probably all of y'all, even if you haven't had deliveries of fetuses, you had a Charlie horse, that hard contraction. You know what I'm talking about? And that ain't nothing compared to a uterus contraction. That's like, well, that's not what's hurting, but okay, but it's contracting and it's hard as a rock, right? Hard. So it's oxytocin that does that. How many of you breastfed? So a couple of you breastfed, and those of you who haven't breastfed might have seen somebody breastfeeding, that you've seen this, or you've heard of a letdown response for milk. Have you, everybody heard of that? I remember that, my sister being shocked when she was watching me breastfeed the fact that she was like, oh, I didn't know that happened. And so anyway, when you're breastfeeding, it's not like in the movies where it's all, babies like suckling and drinking milk. It's like, if a baby truly had to suck the milk out of your breast, they would die from the work it would take. When a baby starts to suckle, you have, my best friend used to call them orgasms of the breast. They're contractions. Contractions is that letdown response, and milk is being ejected. And it's not just beautiful from this side, it's being ejected from this side too. So anyway, milk is pulsating out because it's ejecting, right? That's because of oxytocin. So oxytocin targets the mammary glands for the ejection of milk. It causes the letdown response. Some women never really had that, they never have enough of that, and so they have trouble. What'd you say?
I said I did it when I was pregnant with my son and I had him. I ain't gonna say I could have breastfed him.
Well, it's whatever. Breastfeeding, I think some women get shamed about not breastfeeding. They should never be shamed about not breastfeeding. Some people don't make enough milk because they don't have prolactin. Please don't tell me that oxytocin makes milk. It doesn't. Prolactin makes milk and fills the breast. But it's the oxytocin you gotta have too, because that helps to eject the milk. So some women don't make milk. Some women don't make enough oxytocin. Some women just don't want to breastfeed, and that's okay. That's their choice, and that's their choice. So whatever. It's okay, because guess what? It's not about the mother anymore. Once you have that next generation, it's never about you again in your life. It's about the generation that you just had, that you decided to create. It is. It's about what's healthiest for them and what's going to be best for them. So I don't like it when mothers sometimes are being shamed about not being able to breastfeed or making just a choice to not breastfeed. Some women don't want to do it. So, I think everybody understands that as long as the mother's healthy and the mother's making milk, mother's milk is the healthiest. It is, that's not arguable. It's the healthiest for the infant. But it's not going to be healthy if that infant can sense that you are pissed off about having to do it, or you're not doing it long enough for them. You know what I mean? So it's whatever, whatever. So oxytocin. Now, let me say this about oxytocin. So when a woman does decide to breastfeed, or does decide, that oxytocin is also still going to be hitting the uterus and getting that uterus back in shape quickly. So a mother who's breastfeeding does get the benefits of that as well, getting all of that back to normal quicker than someone who doesn't do it. But anyway, so that's just nature. Okay. Now, also what we know about oxytocin, this is from men and women, Have y'all know now if you've had a baby recently, you know that you have that skin time. That don't have visitors coming in here. Let's do the dads if they're present, and the moms who do skin to skin time. Guys, when we have skin to skin, and it's not just for babies, but what we know happens is this encourages oxytocin. When you have sex, and that afterglow of sex because you're skin to skin, sometimes it's as good as the actual event, right? Okay, maybe not. But it's so whatever. But that whole glow that you have is because of oxytocin. Rocking causes you. You ever notice that when you get a baby, you will naturally rock that baby? Mm-hmm. You will naturally do that. Rocking, hugging, skin to skin encourages oxytocin secretion. Oxytocin is a hormone that is for bonding. So feeling that sense of connectedness and bonding, we need oxytocin. I'm gonna let you all know, you probably already know, you know some dads and you know some moms who don't seem to have that maternal or paternal feeling. Now, I'm not giving them a way out by saying they probably don't make oxytocin, but guess what's been proven? They don't have very much oxytocin. They're not making very much oxytocin. No reason for them to mistreat or not use, when they're child, but still, they just don't. They don't have very much. So they know that that's why they're doing that now with that bonding thing. Kids, and now I hate to talk about autism because autism, that whole word is so, it's ridiculous what they're talking about, autism spectrum. I don't know what they're talking about. But anyway, they put too many things in that spectrum. But I'm talking about the individuals that have been labeled autistic that have no communication skills, no verbalization, not able to, need to be, or constantly like this. I'm not talking about the ones in the autism spectrum disorder that are getting their PhDs. I don't even know why they get labeled that. Everybody's different, right? But anyway, I'm talking about the very severe cases where the kids will stop. They don't want to be touched. They don't want to be held. They stop talking. They had started communicating, but then around the age of 18 months to 2 years, they stop. And they don't want to be touched, and they don't make eye contact, and they don't do this. I'm talking about that group. When they give them oxytocin, within minutes, they can be held. Within minutes, they can make eye contact. That's pretty amazing. So oxytocin is a powerful hormone. We know it's a natural hormone. We know it's a needed hormone, not just for birth, childbirth, and then feeding, lactation. We know it's also a needed hormone for care of the next generation. Otherwise, you can walk away, right? And caring between people as well. So, do y'all have 8 hormones? You have 8 hormones? Cool. All right, yeah. So, this is some other slides for that. So, you have 8 so far. Guess what? It's not over yet. So, we have a lot. And you will see some of the spellings and stuff in this. And we had a lot of things to go. Now, I do want to let you know, we talked about negative feedback being how most of these hormones are regulated in negative feedback. But oxytocin is a positive feedback loop. And oxytocin needs to kind of be that way because y'all all know as soon as the uterus starts to contract, they need to get more intense and they need to come quicker because you got to get that thing out. There is a moment in time that you're thinking this can happen, but it can happen. It does happen, and it's a building, isn't it? It's a building process. It's the same thing with the letdown response for breastfeeding. That is real strong in the beginning. It pulses, doesn't it? So that's a positive feedback. And anything that's in a positive feedback, it's rare that we have positive feedback systems. So that's one of them. Blood clotting is another one. Orgasms are another one. They build and they get to a point, but then they have to kind of stop because if they don't, then that would end up taking you out of homeostasis. So there's very few times that positive feedbacks actually happen in the system, but when they do need to happen, they need to happen, right? Okay, so you've got all kinds of notes you could look at if you want to, and that's fine. I want to talk about the pineal gland. You all, again, just looking at this cadaver here, and again, showing you the mandible, with the bottom teeth and the maxillary with the top teeth. Just giving you perspective here. This was the pituitary, wasn't it? You see it? And this is the hypothalamus. This is the thalamus. And then posterior to the thalamus is the pineal gland. This pineal, some people call it pineal, but anyway, pineal gland. This gland is said to be your third eye in a lot of animal species, the third eye. Because if you think about your eyes right here, if we were to be able to look through this area, between our eyes, behind them, that's where the pineal gland is. And it's influenced by light. It's influenced by those same wavelengths that are coming in, stimulating your retina. They're also, and that optic nerve is stimulating this pineal gland, natural light. And our 24-hour circadian rhythms are based on how this pineal gland is going to secrete serotonin by day, that is converted to melatonin by evening. So I want you all to know for this plan, I want you to write down serotonin. Well, where is it? The things. Okay. Okay, so it might be circadian rhythm. So serotonin and melatonin. Okay. So serotonin and melatonin, you got it here. It is giving us our 24-hour circadian rhythms. And here's what I need you to definitely know as well. The length of daylight, humans, can we see in the dark? Can humans see in the dark?
Yes, sort of.
As long as it's not completely, we can see gray, shadows of gray, right? So, right, you're right. But if we're in a cave, can we see? Okay, so now, look guys, we're animals, we can't see in the dark. We should be someplace when the sun is going down, we need to get someplace safe because we will step off of a cliff because we won't see it coming. And we can't run from the bear because they will chase us or anything that's nocturnal. They can see at night, can get us. So we need to be someplace quiet, safe, and rest as the sun is going down. And when the sun comes up in the morning, we need to get out because we've got to find food and shelter for the next night. We're animals. I want y'all to think about this. And it has to be, and this whole gland is your third eye. It is completely controlled by that. Now, with human change and evolution, what's happening is, and it's just happened in the last 100 years, what are we doing during our days? We're not exposed to daylight. We're inside. We got our little kids who some of them never get to go outside. We're inside. We're not being exposed to light. And then at night, guess what we go do? We turn on artificial lights. We got these weird color lights that are influencing us. And what has happened to our circadian rhythms? So crazy off. And let me tell you, they're so crazy off that we realize that now we have a ton of people who are depressed. And because of that, anxiety. And because of that, lack of sleep. And because, whatever. We have epidemic proportions of people that are getting, instead of getting treated like maybe, okay, get up when the sun comes up, go out and dig a few ditches, stay busy all day, try to get enough sunlight in the day, and you go to bed when the sun goes down. Babies, little kids, until pretty old, they should be getting 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. sleep. When people hear that, when parents hear that, they get so blown away because they think, our kid's not going to bed as soon as the sun's going down. They should be. They should actually be going to sleep before the sun's going down. And they should be sleeping until at least the sun comes up the next morning. And we should be too. But we're not. So do you think this is affecting our immune system? Yeah. Do you think it's affecting our cognition and how we think and how we respond to things? Do you think it's affecting all this epidemic proportions we have now of depression and anxiety? We know it. We know it is. But it's hard to change behavior, isn't it? And it's really hard to change behavior, and it's hard to change lifestyles. But it's so important people really kind of know this. There's something called seasonal affective disorder. For people who aren't doing phones and artificial lights and TVs and staying up all times in the night, I would say for people who aren't doing that, but people who are whatever, they can still have seasonal affective disorder sometimes in the winter months. In the winter months, what happens to our daylight amount? And some people are so sensitive to that they have what's called seasonal affective disorder, where they are depressed, they have insomnia, they're irritable. How many of you know people who are irritable? They don't get enough sleep, or they don't get young moms. Okay, and carbohydrate craving because you're looking for a quick fix. The bad thing in our society too, we know we have an opioid crisis right now, but it's not because of our southern borders. It is because our medical community is overprescribing opiates. That is where that's come from. And so anyway, but we also have a medical community, which you're all going to be part of, most of you, who are over prescribing antidepressants, anti-anxieties, and which are band-aids, not fixing problems. And we just have we better catch up. I'm thinking, and I've been saying the same message now for 20 years in education, 20 years, and I don't see any real progress. I see things get worse. And I don't know if it has to get worse to a certain point, and then people will start, enough of the population will get this and understand. But I'm hoping y'all are all part of it. I tell medical professionals, nursing, I don't care if it's radiology, dental, I don't care what you're doing. If you're in the medical profession, half of your hat that you wear is education. And you need to give that to your patients. You have enough time to give that to them and let them understand. Because most people don't want to be doing it wrong for themselves or their children. They just don't know, so many things. So let me say this: serotonin. Serotonin is a hormone. It's also a neurotransmitter. The serotonin is what people call people who are depressed sometimes get serotonin reuptake inhibitors or some drugs affecting serotonin. So serotonin, it gets misnamed as a feel-good hormone. It's not. Dopamine is a feel-good hormone. Serotonin is to function. It's to make you feel like you want, okay, I gotta get up and go, go find some food. I gotta get up and brush my teeth because my mouth feels very gross. I gotta get up and brush my hair because I know I look like a rat's nest. So serotonin, you just function. So it is really a stigma associated with depression because people think of that as whatever. It is a chemical imbalance of serotonin. It is a functioning hormone. By evening, it's being converted with melatonin, and now you're feeling like it's time to rest and regenerate, recharge, build, right? The bad thing about depression and not getting enough sunlight is that the melatonin starts to get too high, and staying around too much and not enough serotonin. So the increase in melatonin is what causes that, right? Okay. All right. The thymus. I'll talk about the thymus. The thymus is right here in this thymus gland. Is what's called mediastinum. Is this area, just right here underneath the sternum. So in an adult, the thymus is about this size. In a child, it's much bigger. In an infant and a child, it's much bigger. And then it starts to involute as we get to young adult age. And then as we really age, it starts to atrophy and be replaced by adipose. So let me tell you about the thymus gland. I want you to know, and you'll read it in the book, it's some particulars, but I want you to know the hormones are called thymosins. The thymus gland secretes thymosins. It's a group of hormones, really. But what they target, these hormones, are very special kinds of white blood cells. These special white blood cells are actually called T, guess what the T stands for? Dependent, thymus related, thymosins related, lymphocytes.
You said white blood.
Yes, and lymphocytes are like a one kind of white blood cells called lymphocyte. There are many different kinds of white blood cells. This is one. And T lymphocytes are a special kind of lymphocyte. And these white cells are dependent on what gland? The thymus. And depending on hormones called thymosins. So thymosins from the thymus target these white cells to mature. And what do you all know white cells do? That's what they do. They do what? They protect. So do we want our thymus working?
Yes.
Do we want our thymosins targeting our T lymphocytes so that they're doing their job? To protect us, we do. What did I say about babies? They have a huge thymus because it's really, babies, this is a new little world for them. Everything's foreign. They're being introduced to not only their normal flora, but also pathogens. So babies' thymosins are working, thymus is working really hard, isn't it? But then as we age and we get older, much older, like, you know, senior. Our thymus has kind of been replaced with actually a lot. So which age groups do you think are most at risk for diseases? Babies, because they're so challenged already. And and seniors, is that right? This is why you hear about those age groups being the most at risk for disease, is because of that, because the thymus, right? Again, you good with that? I'm only going to give you one more because I'm afraid you're going to quit if I give you more hormones. But okay, ready? Ready? Yes. The thyroid. The thyroid. This thyroid is a butterfly-shaped gland right here. If you put your, don't push hard, but if you press a little bit and you swallow, you can kind of feel your thyroid. But anyway, your thyroid is this gland right here in the base, sort of base of your throat. The thyroid gland. There are 3 hormones I want you to know that are from the thyroid. Ready? All right. The thyroid gland. I don't care that you know which particular cells secrete which ones. Everybody's looking to see where the thyroid is. You see the thyroid on the cadaver here. And you see different versions of this thyroid. That's fine. The thyroid gland, we already know something about it. We know that there's a hormone that's going to turn it on. What hormone turns on? What hormone? T as a thyroid stimulating hormone, right? Thyroid stimulating hormone targets the thyroid to produce 2 hormones called T3 and T4. Now look guys, if y'all know T3 and T4 right now, for me, that's okay. But I will, you know, later maybe want you to know that, and actually, you probably won't ever have to know the actual name, but you'll just know these are hormones from the thyroid gland. The thyroid gland. It stands for 3 atoms of iodine. This one has, guess how many? 4 of iodine. So these numbers actually stand for the amount of iodine that this hormone has and the number this has. So it's called triiodothyronine, and this is called thyroxine. But I don't care that you know that. T3 and T4. T3 and T4. Let me tell you what they do. They're going to get released and they're going to be widespread throughout the body. Widespread, and you know what they're going to do? They're going to increase your what? Metabolism. That's exactly what they're going to do. Are we good with that? You okay with that? Now, I also want you to know, because I don't know where it is in there, but anyway, I want you to know that there's one more hormone that really has nothing to do with metabolism per se, that I don't know where it is in the notes. It's not there. So anyway, it's called, and I'll just write it because I can't find it, but it's somewhere in there. It's called calcitonin. Calcitonin. Your thyroid gland produces calcitonin, and it's fun. I don't care that you know the target, but actually, it's fine. You don't have to know the target. But what I want you to know is it decreases blood calcium levels. It decreases blood calcium levels. Now, I'm going to pick up and tell you how it does it the next time we get together. But before you go anywhere, I've got something to give you. Do y'all have a few notes? Did I promise you to get some list of some hormones? Did I promise you have to know what gland secretes them, where they target, if it's specific, and what they do? Yeah, okay, and I hope I've given it to you. Now let me show you what I'm going to hand out to you. Just take it home because it's for fun. It's for fun. Bring it back the next time, though, if you will. Everybody get a cup. Excuse me. Let me go back to you and send it back. If you will. Okay, just get back. Hey guys, here's what I want you to look at real quick. This is actually for fun, but we are going to bring it back in here and look at it. This is a chart, obviously. Is everybody getting there? All right, so this is a chart. Everybody's got one? All right, so obviously you see this chart. It says the hormone, it says its origin, you see this target, and you see function. Now, this is not the kind of chart you want to write to study. Because the kind of chart you want to write to study, you would have all the pituitary hormones listed, you have them listed by their origin. That would make sense, wouldn't it? But this is a chart for you to play with to see. Now, we haven't talked about a lot of these hormones yet, but we talked about some of them. Like this is kind of chart you do just to see how much you know. All right, so you know in this first line across, there's something from the pituitary that can conserve water and raise blood pressure. What was that? Water. I know, you have to look in your notes because that's only fair. It's ADH. ADH, and what's the target of ADH?
Kidneys.
Kidneys. Let's look at this next one. The next one is the pituitary targets the mammary to eject milk, not to make it, but to eject it. OT, Portia says. Y'all like that? So this is just the kind of thing that you do as just kind of a quizzing exercise. But I don't think you're at the level yet that you really want to quiz, do you? But not really. But by the end of this chapter, and I give you all a lot of time, I give us a couple, 3 weeks for this chapter, because this chapter is that important. Y'all seeing how hormones rule and rock your world, even your moods? Right. Yeah, but we just started. But it is. It is. And I want them to be your friends. I want you to be able to hear a hormone thing. I know where that's from. I know what targets. I know what it does. But that takes some time, doesn't it? It takes a little bit of time. All right, so listen, y'all have this. Y'all, I will put up your little thing for today. I bet you can come up with 10 study guide things, can't you? Yeah. I will put that up. I think your lecture recording is going to work, so I'm going to put the lecture recording up. I don't even know what happened the other day. All the up here wasn't sent. And do you have any questions of me? Do you have any questions for me? So those of you who think you might want to add, is that a couple of you sitting in here, what you all could do is add, because Portia, that was a great idea. You could add the class so you have access to the Canvas thing by this evening. You add the class, and then you have until the 30th to decide whether you want to stay in it. And you could drop it, and it would be no cost, no nothing. So you just be done, just you could try it. So if you want to, you can try that. Those of you who are trying to do these at the same time. The rest of you, you've got to stay. Okay. All right. No questions for me? We gotta go. I can do it.